Hello guys, Vengeance are here, bringing you another video. I've been over here gathering for an hour and a half now. Did level. I am Master 6 gathering now. I'm running some of the potions and stuff that I have been saving, some of the scrolls. Reminds me. Trying to clear some of this family inventory out. I have so many of these Laura's warm black teas. I am attempting to use some of this stuff. But we're down here in Bear. We're gathering wild herbs again, and I've been here for an hour and a half. That guy needs to find another spot. Good, he found another spot. Say, after being here for so long, I'm not giving this spot up. Normally, if somebody was like really wanted it, I would just switch, but I'm not feeling very nice today. So the reason I'm down here gathering herbs again is because I want the wild grass. You saw yesterday's video. I went ahead and made the Tet accessory. And now I'm on a mission to get enough stuff together for Pen, so that way whenever I get all of the moonlight powder from doing the daily quest, when I get enough of that amassed up, then I will be able to just go ahead and make the Pen. And I have been trying to find a better place to grind than Centaurs, but it just isn't working. Centaurs is just too good right now with the changes that were put in place. But I hate grinding Centaurs. And I don't know if I mentioned it, I went ahead and switched my skills back around so I have Bolide again instead of Voltaic. I just decided that Voltaic, while Voltaic is good, and I do like the evasion decrease on it, it's just too close range. And after using Bolide and then switching back and forth, testing stuff out, I've decided I like Bolide better, just because I can hit further away with it. But I have also redone some thinking about this alchemy stuff, and I need to use that. And leveling it, I had originally planned, there's another sharp. I had originally planned to get 400 magic shards out of doing alchemy, the daily turn-ins. Yeah, I got all those. And that was going to take me, it's 40 Imperial crates for magic shards, so I need 400, that means I'm going to need 16,000 crates. Well, I'm to a point now, since I did grinding for Tet accessory, I only need 330 magical shards, plus there's login rewards that are giving a few, and I've already gotten a few from grinding, so that is actually slimmed down some, so I don't need quite as many, so I don't need near the 16,000 crates. But the way that I figured it, good, that guy left. The way I had figured it, I was going to need 336,000 of the resurrection elixirs that you craft into the Imperial crates to get those 16,000 crates. So being that I don't need I need 70 less, so 70 times whatever 40 is. What's that? 2,800 less. So I only need like what? A little over 8,000. Let's see. 13 something. Yeah, so that cuts down on quite a bit of the crates that I will need. So that cuts down on the amount of resurrection elixirs I will need. Instead of 336,000, it's going to be less than that. It's going to be 21 times 13,200. I don't know the math on that. Doing that one in my head's a little eh. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Today is not one of those days. It's been a long day. But, so whatever that number comes out to be, that's what I need. I just know that it's going to be a lot less than 336,000. So, my thinking is, just as an estimate, I'm going to need probably 280,000 or so. But I forgot that with my mastery being a master alchemy, I'm getting anywhere from 2 to 5 elixirs every time I craft, right? And I'm gathering these wild herbs to get the wild grass so I can gather and put them with the water that I've gathered, and I can craft clear liquid reagents. So I have to take into account that every time I craft a clear liquid reagent, I'm getting more than one. I'm getting anywhere from 2 to 5, right? So I could potentially already have enough stuff to get all of the magical shards, because whenever I'm crafting the clear liquid reagents, I'm increasing my yield because of the mastery that I have. And technically I need 280,000, but see, I don't need 280,000 crafts because I'm getting 2 to 5 of the resurrection elixirs at the same time. Plus I'm also getting the extra product, which is the higher tier of it, which is the blue tier instead of the resurrection elixir. I'll get like a strong one or whatever the name of it is. I don't know off the top of my head. So that's also going to increase my yield plus cut down on the amount that I need. So I may not even need to craft 280,000 clear liquid reagents to begin with. So on top of that, with also increasing my yield from when I do craft them, I'm not going to need the materials for 280,000 clear liquid reagents. I'm going to need probably enough to craft like 90,000 because I'm getting at least 2 to more every time. So I think if I get enough stuff to craft about 60, 70,000, I think that'll give me enough clear liquid reagent crafts to be able to get where I'm at. Plus I already have close to 100,000 in storage. So really, I really only need to be able to make 180,000. So 70, 80,000 crafts, somewhere around there. That's going to cut down on the alchemy tool use, and it's going to cut down on my time gathering here. So after this gathering session, over the next 20 minutes, by the end of this video, I should have enough herbs to do the craft, and then the salt I can buy. The other herbs I have, the sunrise herbs, I think I have enough of those to do this as well, because I got like 300 and something thousand in storage, plus I've got quite a few on me, and there's a bunch that I dumped to Calpheon storage, just trying to make room because I keep going overweight while gathering here. So I think at the end of this gathering session I should have enough. All I'm gonna really need now is the water. So I'm going to have to do water scooping for quite a while and dump energy into it. But all I got to do is get the purified water up to the amount of wild grass / weeds that I have. So I only need 80,000 of that, which I'm doubling my yield on that because I have to take the bottle of river water and filter it, and my processing mastery is way high too. It's 1400 and something. So I don't really have to get as many as it sounds like, so the number's not quite as daunting. Plus, whenever I do water scooping, I end up getting 2 to 3 at a time, a lot of the times anyway, because of my gathering mastery there too. But these potions on, I actually have quite a high gathering mastery, 1654. And I have the, let's see, the Laura doesn't do anything for it. I have one of these on, which gives me plus 100. I have one of those on, and then I have one of these on, the Secret Book of Lauren. And I dumped one of, I got one of those on just for the recovery, the energy recovery to help. And I'm spamming energy pots to keep my energy high. Plus I want to get rid of these small ones. There's a reason I stockpiled this energy. I meant to use all that energy to level my gathering anyway, which we are getting done. It's just another form of grinding without grinding. You just run around and click the R button. So I spent my day mowing some and then messing with a couple of the pieces of equipment that we have sitting here on the farm. It wasn't, there's a couple of things I've got to fix, waiting on parts for. But the reason that I mentioned that, because I'm itchy as hell right now, and I think it's because I mowed through poison ivy, and I didn't used to be allergic to it. But I'm thinking that as I've gotten older, that I might be allergic to it now, and or either that, or it's like when it rubs up against me, because I've been wading through. When I was younger, I've waded through poison ivy chest high, crawled on the ground. I was helping my dad. He was doing what they call logging, so he's basically cutting the trees that are worth anything and pulling them up so that the lumber companies could come get them off the farm. And that was before he passed. But so when I was a kid, you know, my job was to slide underneath or get down near the ground so that we could get the chain around the tree that had been cut down. So, you know, I was in the poison ivy, and of course you didn't really worry about that. You just had to get the job done. So, and I never caught, you know, it never bothered me. I never broke out. I never got itchy or nothing. But I mowed our farm here this last time, and then my arm broke out, and I thought maybe it was just grass that was causing me problems. But to think of it today, I saw a bunch of it as I was mowing. Nasty little oily poison ivy plants, and I mowed over them. But then I thought, you know, if the wind was blowing and I chopped all these up, that pretty much released all that oil into the air. Maybe that's why it bothered me last time, because normally you brush against it and it's like a chemical reaction, right? The oil gets on your skin, and usually if you don't scratch it, unless you're just highly allergic, if you don't scratch it and you get it washed off pretty quick, it won't bother you. However, if you're riding around on the zero turn and you're cutting it all up and it basically becomes aerosol when the wind blows, it's a different story. So I'm just wondering if that's what it was. But yeah, it was a nice fun day. You know, you might think, oh, mowing's not too bad. Yeah, well, try mowing several acres. And that's just the yard. Then you got around all of the, like, the actual fields. it's a mess. Luckily, we don't have the big mower working right now, the one that goes on the tractor, because the tractor is waiting on parts. We had to replace something on it, so I don't have to do the mowing right now. But eventually, I will have to. And the grass just may have to get tall. With fuel prices, I can't really justify spending money cutting grass. You know, I try to keep our immediate little yard mowed because we have the two dogs that go outside, you know, and I don't want them having to run through the tall grass. And this is like prairie grass, you know. It's not. I mean, it was a hayfield before we moved in here. All right, and still part of it is a field. So this grass gets like, I'm like 6 foot, and this grass it's well up to waist high. So you know it's 4 foot tall. So you know the little dogs, they're running through it. You can't even see them. And I say little, they're 70, 80 pound monsters, but they're still pretty short. But yeah, you can't even see them when they go through. So, all right, I'm gonna have to empty my inventory again. Six. Pull all the wild grass out, and we're gonna have to do this. This is painful, but we got to get rid of this stuff. I know I could make more elsewhere, but those aren't really that profitable. The only ones that are painful for me to sell are the fire flowers, the fire lake ones. And then we got to get rid of these great items. Quick movements. Get back to gathering. These haven't respawned yet. Get back in my rotation. Trying not to use the Spirit of Stone for a few minutes here and there because I don't want to have to get another one out until I get back to Tidal. So if I leave one durability on there and just another sharp. I wish they would quit making the character jump whenever you get a sharp. They finally did that for the water scooping, so it stopped canceling your water scooping every time. You know, I remember before going water scooping and try to leave it AFK and go do something real quick and be like, okay, well, this is just taking forever, so I'll go do something away from the computer, and you come back and your character still has all the empty bottles and energy because it gathered a heart or a sharp and stopped gathering. It was the most frustrating damn thing. So then I just was like, you know what, screw this, I'm not doing water gathering anymore. Which is why I got low on purified water. But now that, and it's been a while back that they changed that, but now that that's changed, I don't have to worry about the canceling it. I can just leave it AFK. Come back and spam energy potions. And I also didn't realize it takes so long to level up gathering. You would think there'd be another better place to level, but herb gathering is the best because there's so many different kinds of plants. You get 5 and 6 things constantly, or more. And I've said this before, the gathering XP is based on the number of things in here, so the different kinds. So 1, 2, you know, there's 5 there. But if you can get more here, it's not the amounts that you get, it's the number of different kinds that give you XP. You get XP per type. And herb gathering gives you more than anything else. So you can go lumber. Lumbering will make you more money. Mining is kind of in the middle. Herb gathering doesn't make you very much money, but you get tons of XP from it. On the other hand, stone gathering is kind of in the middle ground. Lumbering is very slow, you don't get much XP because there aren't that many different types of things, but you're going to make more money than if you were herb gathering or stone gathering. However, in terms of life skilling, I still want to say that lumbering is probably the most beneficial or profitable thing aside from the rough stones that you get when you're stone gathering. If I'm doing purely gather for profit, then it's definitely going to be meat gathering. I would say hide gathering, but the bottleneck there is you want to craft that as high as it can go, and that's kind of you're gonna have leather glaze at some point, or so that's a bottleneck there. If you just do meat gathering, you can just sell it on the market. Plus, there's a lot of stuff now that is sold out. The lamb meat's sold out again. Wolf meat isn't, but there aren't that many orders if people are using it. But like the lamb meat there's tons of orders again. 73,000 pre-orders and it's at 13.4. I may have to go do some gathering for profit. You need Quicksilver and you're a life skiller, that's the way to go. You got tons of gathering mastery. Plus it's fairly safe to go sheep gathering. Go up there to the Lynch Ruins, the farm. Right outside of Heidel. Right up here. Not getting very good XP now. Bad RNG. So I can't stream very well while playing anymore because of the phone connection. So I've just been watching whatever, that was a good one. I've just been watching whatever series I've had. Which, I'm rewatching Walking Dead, and then I really remembered that my season 2 that I had, one of the discs is, I don't know, for some reason things won't read it, it's a little screwed up. So I'm like, man, now I'm gonna skip like 3 or 4 episodes because I have to skip that whole disc. But I forgot how good the beginning of Walking Dead was, like the first 3 seasons. I think season 3 was probably my favorite, when they were at the prison. But after that, when they started, like season 4, when they started fighting the governor, and like, you know, at the end of season 3, and then into season 4, it just got stupid. It became less about what the show was really about to begin with, which was, you know, the zombie virus and survival and stuff, and it became about just war, basically. I mean, it was just people fighting from one group to the next, and then when they wrote Andrew Lincoln's character off and got rid of him, because he didn't want to be on there anymore. That just kind of ruined it, you know. I always liked the character development from the original characters, and now let me tell you, there are a couple of characters that I really disliked, but the you know, I really liked watching Rick's character, the Rick character develop, and with the internal struggle that he had with just how the world had changed and everything, and his values and principles were tested pretty much every episode, where he had to just keep getting worse and worse and worse. I think that's why I liked season 3, because at the end of season 2, you know, he said that this is no longer democracy, and then he kind of changes, and you could kind of see that arc build or whatever. But and then later on, he really kind of changed. But then whenever he ran into Negan, and they lost all those people in the later seasons, and he kind of just broke down again. Oh, it was just an up and down roller coaster. It was crazy. I think that's why I didn't like the later seasons. But on the early seasons, I always hated the Lori character, Rick's wife. But this time watching it through, I don't know what it was, but I've noticed different things about that character that made me not really hate her as much. Where I think her character was just making the best decisions that she could throughout the whole thing, and it wasn't really her fault, all the stuff that happened. I mean, granted, she's still dumb, just some of the actions that the character did, but just that whole mess with Shane, it really wasn't her fault, I don't think, and I always disliked her. But this time around, it just made more sense that she really made the best decision on the information she had. I mean, so I didn't hate her as much. But I tell you what, there's never going to be. I'm never going to stop disliking that Andrea character. Oh, I back whenever the series first aired and I was watching it, you know, weekly when they were releasing it, I was gunning for Andrea to just get eaten every single week, and every week it didn't happen. I was so disappointed. I can't believe they let her make it that long. I really disliked that character, but it was funny. It was the golden age of TV for me, man. It was Walking Dead, and then Breaking Bad, and then before that there was Lost. I mean, it was a good run, but I haven't found a decent series recently at all to watch. Of course, the fiance we were watching Orange is the New Black, which is alright, but it isn't my favorite. I mean, I'll put it that way. It's not my favorite, but it's okay, I guess. It's alright enough that I can stand to sit and watch it, and most things. I usually have a problem finding movies that hold my attention unless it's just like a series where it's got a lot of character development, because I tend to be drawn towards thrillers and stuff where there's like something to figure out. I don't know, it's just how my brain works, I guess, but I usually end up figuring out the plots and what's going to happen by the end of the movie. So I think that's why fiance doesn't like watching movies with me very much anymore, because I just end up ruining them accidentally. You're like, well, that guy's dead, or this is gonna happen, and then she's like, would you stop doing that? Well, I can't help it. It's just, I saw it coming. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I have a hard time watching series that don't have that kind of driving force behind it. You know, like sitcoms are a big problem for me. I hated things like Friends or Seinfeld because there wasn't really any. There wasn't anything to figure out. It's just, I don't know. I guess The Office was okay, but it still wasn't that great for me. I think that's why I was drawn towards Lost, and then, you know, Breaking Bad with the whole action stuff. I don't know. Maybe that says a lot about me, what kind of TV I can stand to watch. I don't know. Alright, we are overweight and we're running out of time. So I am going to call this here and pull all this crap off of here. See how overweight I can go. 47, look at that, 17,000. I think that's going to push us over where we need to be. We got 17,000 there, 21,000 there, so that's 38, probably 39,000. And then I've got 15,700. I'm about 5,000 short of the 60,000 that I wanted. But what I'll do is I'll cook all this down. Jesse, we have to cook. I'll cook all this down and then see where the sunrise herbs fit in at, because I've only got 347,000 of those, so we'll see if I can get to 280,000 of the elixirs by the end of it. Plus I need to go gather a bunch more water because I only got 16,000 purified water, and I need 1 purified water for every craft, and I need to craft around 55,000. So I need about 40,000 more water, so I'm gonna have to go do some water scooping, but I'm not gonna make everybody watch that. I'm gonna actually do that on my own time. But I still wanted to get a gathering video in and get some XP going on that. But I'm gonna go back to Heidel and get my character set up for some water scooping and probably dump some more of these energy potions in, because I got a whole lot more where those were. I've still got a bunch in my central market. I got 11 in here, and as long as I get this value pack on, I'm gonna keep clearing all this stuff out of here. So I got 13.4 billion here, and I've been processing down. I've pretty much transferred everything now to Heidel, which that reminds me, I need to transport more stuff. Alright, that should be enough. So we'll get that going over there, and I need to transfer the rest of these dried fish over there, but I've gotten most of my stuff to Heidel outside of these fish. And the reason that's important, real quick before I end this video off, is we have pretty much nothing left on the rest of the map. You know, we got probably a few 100 million silver floating around here and there at the different storages, but I have 3.7 billion worth here, which that's weird they went down because it was at 5. I don't know what I took out of there. But 3.7 billion worth of silver here worth stuff, which should probably go up because I got to dump some more things in there. And then I have also 26 here, so we got 31 billion. 30, yeah, somewhere around a little over 30 billion worth in there, but you got to subtract some here because of these clothes being in there. That's 1.6, and then some of this other stuff is just not stuff I'm going to sell. But I've been processing down everything. I've only got these 2 groups of logs left before I have most everything down into planks. 165,000 there and 517,000 there, and then once I do that, I will have to crank all of it down into plywood, and then I'll ship it off to Grana to turn into crates. Same with the ores. I've got quite a few copper and tin left, but I don't really have anything else left. I've melted everything down. The zinc I will have to do as well, but then I need to melt it all down into steel, brass, and bronze, and then I'll ship that off to Grana too. So it'll clear out a lot of my storage, but that's where most of the money is in all this stuff here. And then I've got some oddball things in here, like this stuff is in here because of the elephant armor that I'm going to craft, and then this stuff is all for making good feed, and then the rest of it is for the Imperial cooking stuff. Grilled bird meat, I still got to cook down and make grilled bird meat. You can feed your workers off of that, but I just use it to level my cooking and get byproducts. Gotta have more witches' delicacies. So there is all of that stuff, and most of that is set up for Imperial cooking. I've got these things that will go for vegetables, paprika and pumpkins, and then I will need a fruit, which I have great production, but it's not great. So I'll have to buy a bunch more strawberries from Calpheon and transport them back. The eggs, I don't even know what I'm going to do with those yet. The milk will go into the Balanos meals. But all these, like essence of liquor and vinegar and stuff, and even the pickled veggies, I'll probably just wrap them up into low-level Imperial crates and just turn them in to get my silver back and to get them out of my storage. But if I can convert all of this central market value, the 29 billion, whatever it is, into liquid silver, I should be able to finish off all of the pen armor that I need and start saving, and the pen accessory, and then start saving for pushing for the pen black stars. But that is the plan. It's just gonna take me a little bit to process all this shit down. So, but that's all I got. I'll end it off there. After a couple hours gathering, we ended up with that junk, and then the stuff in Calpheon you saw transferred, so a few thousand more of those. And I dumped a bunch of these fruits into the central market a little bit ago, just to get them out of storage using transaction made. So there's those. And then I had like 10 or like 14 Kafirs that I dumped in there as well, on top of the ones that we got here. And then, so, I don't know, probably quite a bit of value doing gathering, but I'm not too worried about the silver because I wasn't there for silver. I was there for gathering XP and for the wild grass. So there's that. That's all I got for today. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. It helps the videos. Sub if you're not. Gotta get the self-promotion out of the way. Oh, and the one other thing that I did get, I got one of these. The Sethra's Artifact Life XP, which will be good for leveling the gathering. I need to put those on. I haven't slotted any Lightstones yet because I haven't really gotten any that I liked. And I'm considering running these all evasion plus 6 ones when I'm doing combat. Either that or use the extra AP when I'm grinding. But currently I just have the life mastery ones on. I got 2+7s. And I haven't slotted any Lightstones because I haven't found any that I like. All I got are these junky ones here. And the XP ones I really don't care so much about. I want to... The AP ones might be good for grinding, but I want mastery ones for my life skilling. So I'm waiting to get a hold of those, and they're like 1.5 to 2 billion a piece. I don't want to deal with them. So I will get them when I can. But that's all I got. So thanks again for watching, and all you guys that are subbed. It's been growing pretty good recently. I think we're up to like 34 at the time of recording this. I haven't checked today, so thanks again. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. And as always, until next time.